What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined as always by my dad, Sean, and today, reactions to the classics. We're going to be having a full album reaction to a group that I'm not familiar with at all, but is quite the popular group over in Australia and New Zealand, Silverchair, in their last album, Young Modern. And this comes courtesy of suggestion from our patron, longtime supporter, Alan. Alan, always appreciate what you bring us, man. It's always fun to discover some new groups that
man.
Are all around the world popular. So looking forward to this one, y'all. Before we get into the quick facts and track by track, listen. If you could do us a favor, hit that big thumbs up button. That helps us out in the algorithm. If you like this video, as well as hit that big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos we do. If you would like to have us react to a record, you can check out our Patreon link down below, as well as all our social media. Also have a podcast that drops every Friday. But I think that about covers it. We'll get into it. On YouTube, if you're watching, the music's going to be cut out just due to copyright, but there will be a link also in the description if you want to listen along with us. And that, I think, about covers it, man. So let's get into this.
All right. Well, it's the fifth and final studio album released in March of 2007 for Silverchair. The critics generally like this one. It entered the Australian albums chart, say that quick, at number one. Their fifth consecutive album to do this, making them the first band to accomplish this feat in Australia. The album opened at number 8 on the New Zealand albums chart. Received 4, and I don't know, guys, if it's a RIA or you guys spell out the ARIA. It's basically the Australian equivalent of the Grammy Awards at the 2007 awards, including Single of the Year for Straight Lines and Album of the Year. And unlike previous Silverchair albums, this one was funded independently by the band rather than by a record label. This was done to, quote, remove the added label pressures, and the name Young Modern comes from a nickname given to Silverchair's lead singer, Daniel Johns, by Van Dyke Parks during their time working together on Diorama in 2012. And of course, Silverchair, we got Ben on the drums, Chris on the bass, and Daniel Johns on guitar and vocals.
Yeah, and they spent 5 weeks actually in the Australian Hunter region in late 2005 to practice and sharpen material that Daniel Johns had previously written. We're actually a little familiar with Daniel Johns because we did the Dissociatives only record for Alan last time.
Exactly.
Y'all be sure to check that out if you're a fan of them. Following this time in the Australian Hunter region, the band recorded intermediate full band demo versions of the tunes, and on the final versions of the song, the band traveled to LA to record with Nick Lene at Seedy Underbelly Studios.
What a name for a studio.
Seedy Underbelly, I like that. Johns co-produced the record. During the LA sessions, additional songs were written and recorded. Van Dyke Parks was hired to compose the orchestral arrangements for 3 songs, If You Keep Losing Sleep, All Across the World, and the 3-part epic, Those Thieving Birds' Strange Behavior. They also traveled to Prague to have the orchestral arrangements recorded by the City of Prague Philharmonic.
Well, this one ought to be interesting.
So, and that is a bit interesting too that they self-funded this without the record label, because that's a lot of stuff, a lot of flying back and forth,
a lot of money, multiple locations. Yeah, exactly. And all songs are written by Daniel Johns unless otherwise noted. But of course, the first 2 are going to be otherwise noted because he wrote the first song, "Young Modern Station," with Julian Hamilton. So as always, we're going to have the lyrics pulled up.
Yes,
we're going to save our reaction or what we thought of the song until afterwards, in case you're following along on YouTube and not watching the whole video. That way, you kind of see what we have to say about it. Thanks again, Alan, for your support, man. Much appreciated.
I'm excited for this one. Let's see what we got. I think that was a good opener in the sense that it was short, very fast paced,
very fast paced,
and it had some of that quirky little bridge where it was almost like through a I don't know, of a quarter or just some type of effect on his voice. Neat little short and sweet guitar solo as well. Kind of, this came out in 2007, so I'm going to make a reference to a band that was from that time. A little bit of the sound in the chorus to some Fall Out Boy in the mid 2000s there. I mean,
that's awesome.
I'm not huge on Fall Out Boy these days, but back in the day, man, they had some great tunes, and that's kind of I could kind of make that connection there. But solid opener, little a little different blending of genres here. I don't think this will end up as one of my favorite tracks at the end, but a good way to introduce us to their sound. I
Yeah, I
think.
kind of agree with you. I don't got much else to add. I mean, it was a nice little tune, upbeat. Like the chorus, like the sound of it. Lyrics, who the heck knows? Not a lot to them, but that's going to move us into Straight Lines.
That's right. This was their first single. Debuted, won in Australia. As we mentioned, this won the Australian Award for Single of the Year. Unlike the songs written during a diorama, where Daniel Johns wrote all the tracks himself, Straight Lines was co-written by the Presets Julian Hamilton.
Like the first song was.
Yes, sir. And sales equal Tomorrow as their best-selling single. And Straight Lines is generally a positive and upbeat song. The song is about feeling alone in the world, but making it through tough times and overcoming them. Hey, we kind of need that right now, eh?
exactly.
Another interpretation is that of recovery from addiction. The song's meaning appears to be a biographical comment from lead singer Daniel Johns, who fought anorexia, depression, and reactive arthritis in the late 90s and early millennium and was able to beat them. All right, so with that being said, seems like this will be a powerful tune,
Yeah, I
a
was gonna
very
say.
popular tune from them. So let's see what we got. Definitely had single written all over
Yeah, I
it.
definitely did.
What were your thoughts on it?
Thought it was good. I liked it more than the first song. Thought it was very catchy. Yeah, it was like you said, single. The lyrics are still a little vague. I mean, I get them, especially since I know kind of what people are anticipating it's about, but still a little vague. But I mean, it's still a really good song.
No, yeah, I think I think this will be one of my favorites at
Yeah,
the end,
me
just
too,
because I really did think it was catchy, and it's kind of funny whenever you look at the chorus, because they're very kind of heartfelt by Dana Hill. Wake me up, lower the fever, walking in a straight line, set me on fire in the evening, everything will be fine. Kind of some a little bit darker-esque lyrics, but man, they sing it.
They sing in this upbeat. Yeah, it starts picking up. So yeah, I like that. It's a cool
piano in there. I thought that was a nice subtlety, and I like the couplet. Lately, I'm a desperate believer, but walking in a straight line. Just that fact, going through his, probably health issues, addiction, and whatnot. You got to believe that it'll get better and whatnot. Got to keep walking that straight line, trying stuff, doing what you can, or else, hey man, it can go down a dark path. I also like the line, "I'm a sex change and a damsel with no heroin." I thought that was a little clever on Daniel's part right there, man. But really dug this one, and I can see why it had that popularity in Australia, man. So really dug that one. That'll take us now to track 3, If You Keep Losing Sleep, the third single in Australia and second worldwide. So let's see if they keep the ball rolling here with track number 3. If You Keep Losing Sleep. All three of these tracks have had their own little distinctions in there.
for sure.
Here we had the orchestra and just kind of a little bit more of a almost manic track in a sense.
Yeah, I agree. It's weird too. It's one of those interesting songwriting techniques where they start out with the chorus,
No, I like that.
and then it almost sounded like Daniel's voice was treated. I don't know that it was, or he was just delivering it in a different octave and in more of a manic way.
No, yeah, a lot going on, almost like somebody who is a bit paranoid, as the lyrics suggest. If you keep losing sleep over other lovers, if you keep losing me, you're gonna be bored. Then he changes that a little bit. He says, if you keep losing me, are you gonna be? And then he kind of trails off, doesn't finish that sentence at the end. So I thought that was interesting, and again, I thought the string arrangements did a nice job of building tension, and then kind of in the verse though, it was a bit more sweet, like you would think of a string arrangement. Interesting on the shot the model, such reduction kind of put elongated those out again, just to keep you on your toes. This doesn't scream single in my mind.
No, I was kind of surprised by that. It's very intricate, in the arrangement and the instrumentation of it. It's very well done.
But hey, it worked, and I see here some publications said that the video of this was the best video I've ever seen from Australia ever. So
yeah, I came across that in my research. I was going to check it out then, and I forgot. But yeah, we got to check that out. Now we're going to move on to Reflections of a Sound. This is the one, on the last song you talked about it being the third single, it's the third single in Australia, second worldwide. This is why, because this song, Reflections of a Sound, was released as a single, but only in Australia. So I'm wondering if it's going to be more single sounding than the last track.
Exactly. Let's see what we got. Reflections of a Sound, man. That one, it's my favorite track so far.
Yeah, it was really good. Really pleasant. The longer it went, the more you like it. It just kind of sticks in your head.
And again, some of the better lyrics, I think, on here as well that really just get to the heart of maybe, Daniel's mental state or whatever.
Yeah.
We walked wrapped in thought. Some are vacant, some have grown too short. It's the only thing I've ever had that keeps me lonely. So his thoughts are the things that maybe are holding him back, keeping him in a maybe a depressed or sad, lonely state. I don't know. But then you get the pretty chorus, just the great lead guitar here. In the sun we are found to be reflections of a sound. Very catchy.
Very catchy.
I've noticed that on all their choruses here. The last track wasn't as much, but very catchy choruses. That
the chorus almost have I would call it almost a California sound.
Yeah. No, that's a great.
Just a nice little all right, man.
But I really dug this one. Thought it was a great choice for a single, and it seems like they put kind of their singles front loaded on this record, which is kind of always a smart thing to do. But yeah, man, really dug this and showed off again. I think Daniel's vocal talent, because he's that last track was something totally different than this one.
Yeah,
which
man,
was
very diverse,
different from Straight Lines, man. Anyways, man, great track there. And now we're going to go to the longest tune.
Yeah, man, over 7 minutes long.
On this record. It looks like a little suite here. We got Those Thieving Birds Part 1, and then Strange Behavior, and then Those Thieving Birds Part 2. So I kind of like that, a little 3-in-1.
Yeah, this ought to be very interesting. In an interview, I see Daniel said, Those Thieving Birds was a metaphor for loss. He also said the song is about monogamy and that swans represent that since they're monogamous birds.
Interesting.
I'm glad he said that. I would not have, I'm sure I haven't looked at the lyrics. I wouldn't take that out of there.
All right,
let's do this thing.
Wow, man, lot going on there. I saw what you already wrote on your notes.
Yeah, I just think it's by far the most, I don't know if it's my favorite song, but it's far the most impressive song.
Yeah,
just as far as their overall abilities, man. Both the instrumentation, the arrangement with the strings, Daniel's different, morphine from the first to the second to the third. He's back like he was in the first. It's a very smart way to really arrange the song. It's really not 3 songs, it's really 2 songs with, half of the first song and then a long song in between, and then, the
second part of
the first song, which is a really interesting way and courageous way to put a 7+ minute song.
Yeah, I can't think of another tune like this where, it's really 2 songs, but they're split up into 3 parts.
Yeah,
I mean,
it sounds like something Floyd would have done, back in the day.
But yeah, dude, I was impressed with the sweetness of that first, and I like too how he notes that those thieving birds hang strung from an empty nest. But then later on, he mentions kind of in almost a relationship maybe, forsaken and underwhelmed, those leaving words hang strong from an empty nest. So the empty nest and emptiness, that was kind of
that was cool.
A cool little thing. And then we go into the more up-tempo Strange Behavior, which, I didn't time it, but it's maybe like 4 minutes long.
Yeah, I was going to say it was definitely longer. It seemed like it, yeah.
And as the title suggests, again, I think Daniel's kind of tapping into, some of those darker emotions, almost that paranoidness, that, mentally, I don't want to say unstable, but even the verse says, when I'm paranoid, I see walls behind walls behind walls. Yeah. When I'm overjoyed, I see falls over falls over falls. When I'm all alone, I'll be wary and careful to only eat with uncles, never talk with strangers. So kind of that almost quirky lyrical delivery that you'd expect from somebody who's maybe losing it a little bit, or just is strange, as the song suggests. And then, I thought it was very well done to then come back to those thieving birds and go back to that pretty string arrangement. Yeah. Lonely in life, dead or alive. If the truth had incursions, no more goodbyes, no more big lies. So, a lot of weighty subject matter kind of is thrown into these tracks here. And I think leaves open for multiple interpretations. So, very impressive tune.
Definitely.
Right there, man. And I think it was smart, too, in sequencing to put this smack dab in the middle.
I do, too, as well. And that's going to take us to The Man That Knew Too Much. It sounds kind of menacing.
Ooh.
Better watch out, man, when you're the man that knows too much.
Bit middle of the road for me personally.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was a nice
but still,
change up, smart change up from the last song, just as far as tempo.
But still had some aspects, of course, that I enjoyed. It's not a bad song by any means. Again, those going with kind of a heady type of concept. Time is not a moment we're letting slip away.
Yeah.
There's nothing left to say. It's changing every day. The way I'm thinking in different shades of gray, it's not enough to say that this is my love. So again, Daniel kind of just picking up themes as we're over halfway through the record now.
Yeah, and he goes to verse 2. He had the anti-Midas touch.
I like that, man.
I like that a lot. That was the best line in the whole song.
that was pretty tight, man, because you always hear about people having the Midas touch.
Yeah, this dude had the anti-Midas touch. You better stay out of the way.
That tells me everything he touched turned not to gold, but to trash. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
But an interesting kind of guitar tones and whatnot in here as well. A little different there. So another solid track here by Silverchair.
Agreed.
All right, then that's going to take us to Waiting All Day, which is also with Hamilton coming in here, which is interesting that since he's not a member of the group itself.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess since him and John's were tight, it worked out.
Yeah, because they wrote back-to-back songs, Young Modern Station and Straight Lines, the first 2 songs, and they're going to write this one and the next one as well. So he writes 4 of the 11 songs on here, but. Solo songwriting is incredibly difficult, so it's always good to collab with somebody.
All right, well, let's see what we got here. It's one of my favorites on this record. That post-chorus at the end, the Waiting All Day, Waiting All Year, one of my favorite moments on the record. Just such a pleasing song on the ears.
Yeah, I think that's a pleasing song. The next song we're going to come to is the last single, but I'm really surprised this wasn't a single.
Dude, this had single all written
very catchy.
Over it.
Great vocal performance from Daniel. Nice harmony type stuff on there. Really nice tune.
And that's one thing that we've heard Daniel, of course, with the dissociatives, but even on here, his voice is very kind of malleable. It can do a bunch of different.
It can have that 90s sound, that stereotypical 90s sound, but you can also take it to a lot of other areas.
So man, I just really dug this, and just so pretty, man. Really enjoyed this one, and again, let's see.
I like verse 2. He's been beaten, might have brought it on himself, so he stopped reading every book on mental health. But all's not lost in this tangle like no other. I thought that was
and yet again, man. Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out, because that was my favorite verse as well. And it again kind of points to that theme we've been noticing here about the mental health or the love on the fringe type of stuff.
There's definitely some personal stuff coming out of that one.
Well, as they say, sometimes through the pain you get the best art and best stuff going for you. But now doing another track that Julian Hamilton helped write, we got Mind Reader. Only 3 minutes, so going to be short and sweet.
Yeah, and the fourth and final single. And apparently, Julian Hamilton was responsible for the "Don't Know What You Want" chorus. That's what I got out of my research.
Alrighty, well, the hardest edge on this record.
Yeah, not even close for me in comparison to the last.
No,
song.
yeah, I'm surprised this was a single just due to the just harshness kind of the.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something I've noticed with Daniel, he'll sing in all these different styles. The song will be arranged all these different ways. But when that chorus comes,
I was going to say, yeah.
It's just, he knows how to sing that chorus sound. His vocals change into this catchy little chorus.
Every chorus so far pretty much has been very pleasant, very it's strong.
It's very intelligent, man.
But
let's have our fun over here, boys.
Yeah.
But then we get to that chorus, let's dial this thing in. So I like that.
You had the heavier guitar, and then I don't know if it's an instrument, that sound effect, almost like you hear at an amusement park.
Yeah, I don't know what that was either. I was trying to figure that out.
I don't know how to, I can't recreate it, people, but you know what I mean. Kind of fits that mind reader, let's see what we got type of thing. And again, kind of waxing on the relationship. And whatnot. Don't know what you want. I'm not a mind reader, baby. Come on. Isn't that the truth, man? Sometimes we just need people to tell us.
Tell us what you're feeling and tell us what you want, man.
What's good? Not going to end up as a favorite for me, but...
No, me neither, but I do like, showing off a little different side. Well, Trey, now it's time for Low. So this could be This could be anything, man. This could be a low-key song,
Yeah,
so
could
to
this
speak.
be nice and acoustic living? I
Yeah,
don't know. Let's
I
see
don't
what
know.
we got. Low, man. Another really strong tune right there.
Very much, man. The chorus was really catchy. There were a lot of cool little things with instrumentation in this one.
I like the ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
And then that slide guitar, man, took me back. I didn't
did me
expect
too.
For what we've had thus far, for them to pull that out. And for me, just on this first listen here, it seems I'm thinking maybe we got a divorce situation or something. He says, like a fading frost, falling asleep next to the bed, and you feel so low. Oh, they stolen your pride. Then he goes on to what really. Let's see, where was it? Oh, yeah, the bridge. Once a lover, now you suffer. So far away from here, you're feeling horror, and you tell sorrow. And then there was the line. Where's the line? Oh, yes. Moving in time, falling in line. I've made up my mind. Papers are signed, and I feel so low.
There you go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
I don't know. That's a pretty good pickup right there.
But, yeah, man, chorus was excellent. Instrumentation was really strong, and I like that this is track 9, not a single or anything, but it's just thrown in here and as strong as almost every song on this record.
I agree 100%, Trey. Now we're going to go to something that you and I know a little something about. Insomnia.
Only 3 minutes, so we only got 2 tracks left, y'all. So let's see what we got here. Insomnia, which it seems to be a little self-explanatory about a guy here that is staying awake for days, sitting in a daze anyway. I'm a maze of chains. Cool little lyrical, whatever.
Play on words.
Yeah, there you go.
I think for me it was, I thought the instrumentation set the tone of the Insomnia well. For me, it's probably my least favorite on
I was
here.
gonna say it definitely bottom tier for me on this one.
And it's hard because it's following some strong stuff. So.
But 3 minutes. It was short enough
fine.
that it didn't overstay its welcome by any means, man. And you still had the strong chorus. And now we're gonna finish off with All Across the World, and then we'll get to our favorite tracks and overall score of the record. So. Well, there you have it, y'all. All Across the World. Strong closer here with some of the best lyrics in this chorus. All across the world, there are things we need to forget and forgive. Sometimes we have to try and shed the damage we don't need, or just to shake your head, I'm on my way home, which might be a thematic statement for this record, for all the kind of struggles that Daniel was writing about on this whole album.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't have much more to say about it, so I was going to pick out too is the chorus. I thought that was the strong point, but I thought it was a definite rebound from Insomnia. For
definitely,
sure.
And I think they did a good job to putting those strings back in.
Yeah.
They weren't overdone on this record. I think at the start we noted they were only on 3 tracks, and just kind of ended it off on a solid note right here. So very, very strong way to end this record, y'all. And now we'll go to our favorite tracks on this album. So for me, I'm going to go. There were actually a lot in contention on this record, even though it was only 11 songs. I got Reflections of a Sound.
I got that one.
I got Waiting All Day.
I got that one.
And I guess I'll go. I mean, there are a few more in contention. I'll give a shout out to Low, actually.
Yeah, I had Low on there. I had those 3, and then I also have. I'll pick more than 3 faves on this one. Straight Lines.
That was also in.
And then just for what it is, those Thieving Birds,
Sweet.
part 1. Mm-hmm. The Sweet with Strange Behavior in part 2. Just because of, the complexity of it.
Oh, yeah.
Musically. Now we get to our overall grade track, which is always hard on first listen. We always preface things by saying, it's the first time we heard any of these songs, and, you sit here and you listen to it. It's 11 songs, 45 minutes. I think the biggest thing I could say about this album, just of a negative, is that it could be 1 or 2 songs less. Mm-hmm. Get it under that 40-minute mark. Maybe get rid of Insomnia and one other.
Yeah.
But that's just a minor quip. But
overall,
you can put this on and pretty much listen to it from start to finish and get a very, very solid to good listening experience. So for me, it's going to be a 7.25.
Oh, man. You're right in that wheelhouse for me, man. I'm going a 7.5 for me.
Yeah, it's a good album, man.
I mean,
consistent. Very consistent.
We mentioned here, we almost named half the record as one of our favorite tracks because I'm very impressed with the chorus. the chorus is, rather, for each and every song here. I thought they did a great job of just hooking the listener in, being very pleasant sounding. I was again impressed with John's, as I mentioned earlier in this reaction, his ability to shift up his vocal delivery depending on what sound we had. We had some harder edge songs. We had the more poppy type of catchy tunes. We had a couple stripped back songs. So there's a little bit something here for everybody, and the kind of had the theme of the record of dealing with that mental stuff, physical stuff, relational issues. So a lot of stuff here people can maybe relate to and then come to their own conclusions on the interpretation.
Yeah, and I'll just say, last thing I'll say is just I've never listened to an album on first listen and like had a grade in my head, even if I didn't give it, and that grade go down. The grade always goes up.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You come in on that first listen, anything at a 7 or above, you're a very, very solid record.
Oh, definitely. And Alan, appreciate you bringing this to us. Thank you, Alan. I know he said this is one of his favorites, and this is his favorite record by Silverchair. Very strong record to close on for these guys too, man.
Yeah, that's good.
It's curious that they ended it after this, when obviously they were the biggest selling group in Australia at the time, type of deal. But hey, man, all good things come to an end.
It does. I wish you go out on a high instead of go out on a whimper. So.
Yeah, because there's definitely been bands that have
hung on a bit too long.
But Goodbye by Daniel Johns and company here, y'all. Let us know what you think of Young Modern and just Silverchair in general down in the comments below. Again, Alan, shout out to you, my dude.
Thank you.
Always love it. And hearing the sounds of Australia, since you're in that neck of the woods. Man. We like to be global here at the channel. But anyways, y'all, thanks for watching. Happy listening. And until next time, we will see ya.